I'm in the Western Mournes today, the lesser visited Western Mournes, and they're usually quite quiet and certainly a place I haven't been in a few years, so I thought it was about time to come back. And I'm going to be exploring some new ground today, following a few rivers I haven't followed before. This is the Aughnaleck River, and I'm going to follow it up towards the top of Eagle Mountain. And I've started in the lovely wee village of Aughnaleck, and there's loads of parking there around the GAA ground, but I followed Sandy Brae, a road and rough track up, and there's parking at the end of it. So it's actually really warm today, and it's to be dry today and tomorrow after numerous days of rain. So that's allowed me to sort of plan this in and feel that I'll be able to get a half decent experience up in the Mournes. I often talk about the lack of trees in the upland areas in Northern Ireland and in Ireland. Lovely wee mountain ash here, which has got a foothold. There's one the other side of the river. Again, that's the only two I can see. But how cool is it to see these? And how cool would it be if there was thousands and thousands more? Climbing now a wee bit more up alongside the river, so that's generating a wee bit more heat, so the tops had to come off. But it's absolutely beautiful walking along this river. It's my total focus. Just the sights and the sounds of the water is all there is. Now that'll change when I get up on the top here and the big views will open out, and that'll take my attention. But I suppose walking up along the river, just seeing how clear the water is as well, and there's so much conversation here in Northern Ireland at the minute about blue-green algae in lochs and rivers, and the sources of that is it's pollution, it's runoff from farming, it's industry. And just the quality of the water is absolutely awful. Just years and years probably of mismanagement and lack of enforcement of regulation, or probably regulation that isn't fit for purpose. So I've only brought one water bottle with me here today because I know I'll be walking beside rivers, I know I'll be camping beside a river, and I know that I can probably pretty much drink that water straight, though you know I always boil it for tea. So, as I'm walking along the river and taking in the sights and sounds, those are the thoughts that are coming through my head as well. I've pulled myself away from the river, and again it was really cool walking up that way. Now I talked about the views, so here's the big valley running up between Eagle and Pigeon Rock Mountain, and this is, I suppose, the tried and tested route up to Eagle Mountain, where you walk up or come back down along this ridge with the fantastic drops and the fantastic views. So but I've done this before and I want to do a bit of exploring, so I'm happy enough. And you can see up there to Eagle Mountain, so I'm going to drop down to the Windy Gap, Sleeve Mugan Moor, and then Pigeon Rock, and then drop down, and I'm going to climb Sleeve Muck, which is a mountain just over there, and then sort of drop my way down to Lough Shannagh and the Shannagh River, and the plan is to walk along the Shannagh River and find a camp spot for this evening, and hopefully there'll be one. There wasn't really anywhere that I felt I could have camped coming up along the Aughnaleck River there, but hopefully the Shannagh River will be different. So still a stunning day. I've seen a couple other people going down, and I've seen a shepherd tending the sheep. I've been up the top of Eagle Mountain and Shannagh Mountain, and I'm on the big drop down to Windy Gap, which you can see down below. It's just slightly breezy today, it's not too windy, though it is usually very windy up here. And you can see there's sort of no respite. The wall just heads straight up again, up to the top of Sleeve Mugan Moor. Hear the water rolling down inside the wall. Really cool. It's nearly 6, so there's probably an hour or two of daylight left, and I'm getting that feeling, you know, that there's not many people here, and that'll probably whittle down, and for me that's one of the really cool things about wild camping, that you know that you're going to spend the night in the hills, and you know that most, if not all, other people are going to be heading home to spend a night in a comfy bed. So I'm getting that feeling that I'm maybe one of the few people here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is Lough Shannagh. Now, I've never camped here. I maybe a wee bit tempted this evening. I don't think in this bit here, maybe up at the far shore where there's a bit of sand and like a wee beach. But what I'm going to do, I'm not that tempted. What I'm going to do, I'm going to head over to where the Shannagh River leaves Lough Shannagh, and I'm going to follow that down. And as I've said, the fingers are crossed that I can get a wee spot somewhere nice and cosy beside the river. There's the Shannagh River just coming out of Lough Shannagh, and I'm going to follow this down. It doesn't look like much at all at the moment, but I know it sort of narrows in as it drops down towards the Silent Valley. Haven't found anywhere yet to bivvy down. Fingers are still crossed. Lovely big gorge here, just as the river drops down quite a bit. So I'll work my way around this and see what's on the other side. Now, as Del Boy says, he who dares wins. I've got somewhere. So just looking out for that wee patch of the sort of fairly levelish green grass. And I've got it here. Easy to set the bivvy up here. I could probably even put the tent up. And as you can see down there, I've got a view down the Silent Valley Reservoir. Man, I could go a cup of tea. So I'll get set up and get that on the go. Absolutely stunning evening. Hardly a breath of air. A wee bit worried about the midges, but maybe just enough movement in the air to keep them at bay. Quarter to 9, fed and watered, which again I've said it before, something hot to eat and something hot to drink. After the hills, it's just it's priceless, absolutely priceless. There's a wee breeze floating about, and there's a wee chill in it, so I definitely think that when we get down into single figures to whatever level this evening. Lovely clear sky. Some stars starting to appear, so I'll probably hop into the bivvy, get lovely and warm, and sit and stare straight up for a while. And you just hear the sound of the river. How cool is that? Good morning, just after sunrise, about 7:30, and that's campsite down there. And as you can see, it's just a lovely bit of flat ground just come out of the gorge there, and that's a really impressive wee gorge. So it was pretty cool to come down along the river yesterday evening exploring. And I had a really cool night's sleep. Lovely and warm, toasty, not too much wind, no midges. There was pretty much a full moon, so the stars disappeared as soon as it came up, but it bathed everything in like a sort of silver light, so you could see pretty much everything without the aid of a head torch. And it was a lovely big moonbow as well, just there must have been some high cirrus cloud, so that was pretty cool. Breakfast time, I think, and then I'll follow the Shannagh River on down a bit. All packed up and no trace of me being here, and that's just following the leave no trace principle. So onward and downward. Really cool waterfall. Sun's starting to come out as well, and there's another gorge there. It's interesting to see what that's like. I think I found another possible Bivy spot, and it's an impossibly beautiful location, but there's just a wee flat area here, and I think I could definitely get to Bivy there, and literally you're surrounded by water pretty much every side. There's a stream coming in here, with the river coming down here, and then you have it going on down there. One to file away for the future. So I dropped down most of the Shannagh River to just above the Silent Valley Reservoir, and I had a couple of options to sort of return. One was to climb up Lough, and the other was to follow the Miners Hole River. So I'm following the Miners Hole River. That's me just about done, and that was a walk of just over 28 kilometres with about nearly 1400 metres of climbing. Last wee bit was along sort of tarmac country roads, and I'd hoped to avoid that, but just wasn't able to. The shortcut didn't work out, but hey ho, that's okay. And a really good wee trip. Western Mournes just reinforced how cool they are. Really quiet, and just as much of a challenge as some of the bigger Mourne Mountains. And it was cool to be exploring up along a couple of rivers, and to go down the Shannagh River and find that wee camp spot last night. That was fantastic, and I think I was wrecked, and that's probably partly why I had a good night's sleep. And I suppose finally just a wee shout out to Chloe from Go Outdoors in Belfast, who recognised me when I was up buying some stuff and asked me to give a shout out to her partner. Now I can't remember his name. For whoever you are, I'm shouting you out, and thanks for watching my videos. So until the next one, bye bye.